So, of course, we got to double back to this White House Correspondents' Dinner because of what happened there. And mainly we got to talk about Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah, arguably one of the worst presidents in U.S. history. We got to talk about him because he put out a post on X that I think you guys would like to hear. So make sure you guys smack that like button. And if you aren't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. And if for whatever reason, right, you don't get any of my notifications or don't see me pop up in your feed, just check back in on the channel. I drop a video every single day. We'll drop videos every single day, not a video. Drop videos every single day. So let's hop right on into this, shall we? Here it is, Barack Hussein Obama's post on X, and it reads, although we don't yet have the details about the motives behind last night's shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, it's incumbent upon us all to reject the idea that violence has any place in our democracy. It's also a sobering reminder of the courage and sacrifice that U.S. Secret Service agents show every day. I'm grateful to them and thankful that the agent who was shot is going to be okay. Well, let me tell you why all of this is a load of BS. One being he's grateful to the Secret Service. Well, a lot of folks would consider Barack Obama the quasi-leader of the Democrat Party, right? That same Democrat Party has basically defunded and made sure that the Secret Service isn't being paid, okay? So saying that you appreciate them while also making sure that they aren't being paid is kind of crazy work. Here's the other thing. When he says it's incumbent upon us all to reject the idea that violence has any place in our democracy. Well, there's two things, because we live in a constitutional republic, first off, and him talking about rejecting violence. Well, his party is known for talking and spewing nothing but violence. And if you don't believe me, I come with clips, baby, so I got this type of stuff for days. This is what the Democrat Party is absolutely known for, spewing violent rhetoric. Check it out.
She hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Just saying. And that was just a little piece. Right, that was just a little piece. There's like a whole nother minute and a half of Democrats talking like that. So for him to come out and all of a sudden try to make it sound and seem like Democrats are all of a sudden against violence is just a load of crap. Load of crap. And he is being eviscerated in the comment section below said post, and it is absolutely beautiful to see. So let's check that out. Benny Johnson says, Democrat assassin, I want to kill Trump. Democrat assassin tries to kill Trump with the gun on camera. Leaves note describing in great detail how much they wanted Trump dead. Post on social media about it. Obama says no motive. He's right. He's right. We already knew what the motive was. Glad to see you reject the idea of political violence, but I see no reason to lie about his motivation, given that he shared his motivation quite clearly. He wanted to kill Trump and the admin officials because he believed some of the unhinged lies put forth by left-wing extremists. What do you mean by although? It's obvious what the motive was. Call it out for what it is. You are a disgusting liar. Hey, I agree with that one. I agree with that one. Donated to Kamala, called Trump one of those, wrote that he wanted to target Trump officials. Dan Bongino says, are you kidding? Man, I mean, and so on and so on. I mean, just getting absolutely cooked in this comment section. Don't be fooled by this con artist. 24 hours free so that he could attend. Wow. That one's crazy right there. Reading that. I hate that my tax dollars protect you. Whoa. Jeez. That's harsh. We don't know the motives. Shooter literally left a manifesto explaining his motives. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just nothing. Shooter left a effing manifesto. Yeah. I mean, just guns don't kill people. Democrats do. Hey, yo, that is facts. That is facts right there. 100% facts. Thanks to this asshole, radical Islamic terrorism has become a part of life in America. So, yeah, I mean, he's just getting I haven't seen one positive comment. You caused this. Your rhetoric. I haven't seen a single positive comment. But you know what his motives were. Yeah, even there. Wow. Wow. We don't have a motive. Meanwhile, Democrats at the event last night, death to all of them. So apparently this was at the event outside. Incredible. Incredible. And Barack Hussein Obama says there's no motive. We don't know the motive. But what do you expect from the Democrats, right? They will never admit any type of fault whatsoever. Whatsoever. And including Scott Jennings brought this up on CNN, and check out what all the Democrats had to say when he brought up the fact that a lot of this violence is basically all the violence is coming from the left. They immediately turned it into a whataboutism show. Check it out.
This guy's obviously another of these left-wing lunatics who's come to kill the president. 3 assassination attempts on the president now. Charlie is dead. You have people on the left lionizing Luigi Mangione.
Well, there's a bar in Wisconsin.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
You have polling showing a tolerance for political violence on the left. And I heard Hakeem Jeffries say this week, it's maximum warfare all the time.
We are in an era of maximum warfare. Everywhere, all the time.
We have a violent streak on the left and a rhetoric problem on the left, and it must be acknowledged today.
When I was at the Department of Justice, what we found is after the 2020 election, there was a significant rise of threats to all elected leaders, state legislators, some who were killed, to our president, Joe Biden at the time.
And who is it coming from? A bunch of leftists. These aren't right-wing individuals, people on the right doing all this nonsense. You might find one, but that's about it. All they have is January 6th, which is all they keep going back to. But time after time after time again, the left is proven to be the violent individuals. They literally shot and killed a man because they could not debate him. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk.
Barack Obama, someone tried to go into his residence. This is a problem.
Who's the president?
Hold on.
How many assassination attempts?
There are several
3.
assassination attempts
3.
to other presidents that were not successful. I agree. It should be investigated about why they continue. What are the failures of the Secret Service?
And the Democratic just quickly, the Speaker of the House in Minnesota, a Democrat, lost her life to political violence this past summer. This is not solely a problem on the left. It is a problem across the board. It is a rising crisis.
Don't downplay it this
way.
way.
It is rising crisis in this country.
Stop generalizing the left. And stop generalizing the left as the entire left.
Candidates campaigning with Hassan
Listen to me. Stop generalizing the left as the left is the entire problem. I'm not mad at you,
We have a left
Scott. I want you to.
It is the entire left. You know how violent the people that follow you are, and you still continue to spew out this nonsense instead of just straight up condemning it and stopping your rhetoric. I mean, Hakeem Jeffries, you saw it. It is all out warfare. What are you talking about? Like the people that subscribe to your ideology, they're crazy, and you're telling them it's all out warfare? Yeah, that's a great idea. Oh, man. Man. play this clip for you.
As we've been saying, the left has a problem with political violence. As we're getting more and more information about the shooter, it's clear that he was radicalized by the left's rhetoric. Here are some of his previous posts on X. Leaving for bluer skies. As soon as I get my data archive, I don't think there's much reason to be on here anymore. The only thing humorous about America not having learned from Germany about what happens when Nazis get elected is that Russia may not have learned from the USSR what happens when it makes agreements with Nazis. In the bottom here, you can see he also predicted that Kamala Harris would win. But again, there goes that word, Nazis. On top of that, his manifesto has been released, and he was talking about taking out high-level officials in this administration. That was his goal. He talked about Trump being a fascist, a pedophile. Who is consistently pushing that rhetoric? The left. And again, both of those things are lies, but they're still pushing that false rhetoric and radicalizing their base. I've been saying this, the left has a problem with political violence that they do not want to confront. In a situation like this, when it's clearly a left, by the way, this guy lived in California, he was a teacher. He's donated to Kamala Harris. He was a liberal. What you're gonna see from a bunch of accounts on the left is they're gonna come out and say, well, the right's still more politically violent. Look at all these studies. And they're gonna try to use studies that count two white supremacists fighting each other at a bar as political violence. Trying to tell you the right has a problem with political violence. It's the right, guys. It's not the left. When Joe Biden was president, let me know when something like this happened by somebody radicalized by right-wing talking points that was talking about taking out his entire administration. The left has a problem with political violence. And rather than accept that and say that's something we need to work on, what they do is they ignore it and point their finger at Republicans and say, you guys are the ones who are politically violent, even though, you know, we're the ones who are shooting ICE agents, attacking ICE agents, trying to assassinate Trump multiple times, trying to assassinate Supreme Court justices, get into their house, do whatever. It's you guys who are the problem, not us. It's unserious, and it continues to perpetuate a permission structure for violence against conservatives. Also, let's not forget who was just assassinated, Charlie Kirk. Again, that individual was radicalized by left-wing talking points. If you are being a reasonable person, it is very clear currently who has a problem with political violence, and it's not the right. It is the left, but the left will try to gaslight you into believing otherwise. It is absolutely insane.
So you heard that? I agree with it 100%. These people on the left, man, they've lost the plot. They've lost the plot, and it's shameful. Even after all of these different incidents, they still resort to the same old tactic. Oh, well, we don't have a motive. Well, or they go to the whataboutism, as you saw with Scott Jennings up there. It's never a moment of, yeah, we've gone too far. Not ever. So expect this stuff to continue, unfortunately. Expect it to continue. Y'all stay safe out there, all right? Peace and love. I'm out.